All right, let's bring Roddy, Jake, Ariana, and Donnie, are you coming up? Can you? Yeah, come on up. So let's give them a big round of applause. Come on up. We're going to put Ariana in the center because that's what we do. Thanks, man, for doing this. I appreciate it. Okay, so I know everybody knows who everybody is, but again, just 20 seconds, everybody who you are, what you do, and where are you?
Still Donnie Buford. I'm an orthopedic surgeon here in Dallas and started this orthobiologic journey 15, 16 years ago. Been an orthopedic surgeon for 24 years.
Great. Roddy?
My name is Roddy McGee. I live in Las Vegas, Nevada. Been doing biologics since about 2015.
Okay. And really, Ariana, do you want to reintroduce yourself to everybody?
Well, yes. So
no, she doesn't need one. She's already.
I'm Dr. Ariana DeMers. I'm a recovering orthopedic surgeon, and it's been 1 week since my last PRP injection. No, just kidding. Yeah, so I have been starting on this journey. I'm an orthopedic surgeon. I've been doing orthopedic sports medicine since 2009. I took Donnie Buford's orthopedic ultrasound course in 2010, and I've been using ultrasound since 2010. Thank you, Don. I really appreciate it. And I've been doing aggressive orthobiologic treatment since 2018, or like I like to say, doing it the right way.
Yeah, great. Jake?
Hey guys, I'm Jake Bendicion. I am a physician assistant. I work with Dr. Roddy McGee. We're in Las Vegas, and I wear khakis because Jake from State Farm. So, yeah, there you go.
It's a good joke, dude.
It's not a dick joke, so.
Really good. Does that work for you in the bars? Does that help you pick up chicks?
It works in the hospitals.
Okay.
The nurses love me.
Okay. Well, that's right. You're married, so we don't even pick up chicks anymore.
Engaged.
Right? Okay, great. Engaged.
I haven't committed
All right,
fully
well, there's a
yet.
window. Okay, so I'm just joking. I know that was kind of rough, wasn't it?
That's
okay. I've been on stage for a couple of days. You get a little loopy up here, you know? So Don, let's start with you. Tell us, we started working together, what, about 2 years ago? Worked together for about a year, I think, right? Was it 2 years ago?
Correct. Yep.
Something like that. So you're kind of the OG, I call you the OG of regenerative medicine. I mean, you're the guy that's out there probably the most, and you post the most online, and you've actually made it exciting for me to watch knee surgery now. I appreciate that. But what was your practice like? What were you charging before we met like 2 years ago?
So I've almost blocked that out. But I started, I don't know if you've said this in your meeting yet about being the Walmart, but I started off trying to be the Walmart because, you know, what we're taught, and I was an econ major, what we're taught is look at your cost of goods, maybe, you know, if you want to do a Shark Tank deal, triple it and charge that, right? And so if a PRP kit's $200, then maybe, you know, most orthopedic surgeons that I work with end up around $600 to $850 for PRP, especially when they talk to their colleagues and that's what they're charging. We're just trying to match each other because that's the way we're brought up. We're all going to get paid the same for surgery anyway, so getting paid the same for PRP is not a weird thing. So I started at $600.
Oh, God. Now, you make your own kits, though, right?
I do now.
Yeah. So then you were thinking
Is this being recorded?
Yeah. Yes.
Just kidding.
Sorry. Well, I mean, you thought, okay, so your kit cost was like $2, right? Or $3, or your...
It's about $10. If you do it yourself, which I learned in Spain from some colleagues, there's a lot of people outside the United States that don't have the resources to spend the money we spend for kits, and they still make good PRP and get good results.
Okay.
Hey, I'm Matthew Galogli, and I'm a maverick. Well, what is a maverick? A maverick goes against the grain. We find our own way. And if you're sick and tired of being pushed around by the insurance companies, come join us. We'll show you the way out. And you'll love medicine again.
What was your reaction when I told you that you were not charging enough that you, I mean, you're like one of the leaders of the industry. I mean, I know you're a very humble man, but I mean, I know you do it from a heart of education. I understand that. But I mean, you're well known.
It was the same as everyone else's initial reaction, which was there's no way I can charge $800 for PRP. There's just no way. My patients won't do it. I'll be ashamed, embarrassed. I'll embarrass patients.
Yep. And what was the reaction of the patients when you went to 800?
They didn't know.
Yeah. So they still bought, right?
Yeah,
What percentage of people do you close when you meet with them?
Yeah, we talk about this. So it's 85 to 90%, but I'm a tertiary referral center at this point. So a lot of people I see, you almost have to take them out of that equation and evaluation because they've already come in to get the injection.
Yeah. What's your pricing today? Where are you?
1900.
1900. And what are you for BMAC? You're doing BMAC or adipose? I can never remember.
I'm doing BMAC, and that's an a la carte price, by the way. And BMAC for me a la carte is 4,900, which she's still on me to get to raise it. So is she.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. And you haven't added in laser or shockwave yet, correct?
I have both, but we haven't done the packaging yet.
Okay.
So we're working on it.
And so what is the business like today compared to what it was?
I think, so again, if you go back to $600, whatever the math is, 1900 divided by 600, I'm, that 3X.
3X.
We lost maybe 5% of the patients going 3X on the price. And so what that means, another way of saying the same thing is my revenue went up 3X also. Okay, which gave me the ability to go back and now spend more time with people. My clinic went from 35 or 40, right? My orthopedic buddies in the front, to 12 to 15, but making twice the revenue. Okay, win-win.
Yeah. Are you still doing surgery?
Yeah, I still operate on Thursdays, 4 to 8 cases a week.
Okay.
When I'm in town.
All right. Are you doing PRP in the surgeries at all?
I am. So there's some surgeries where we have enough evidence to do that. Isolated meniscal repair, some rotator cuff stuff, allograft, ACLs, revision surgeries where it makes sense to think about the biologics. So I still do, and it's still cash pay when I do it at the facility as part of a surgery.
Great.
Yeah.
And really, obviously, really good. Your improved outcomes into it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Let's go to you, Ariana. She doesn't need a microphone.
I don't.
How did we
yes,
meet?
Right?
We've never told the story about how you and I met.
Oh, yes. Well, so I got off the phone with Donnie Buford over here, and I said, Matt Galogli, huh? Can I have his number? And I called Matt Galogli. I said, hey, Matt, I wanted, and he's like, who's this?
Yeah, I did. I said, who are you?
What? Well, I just got off the phone with Don Buford, and he said, I need to do this, and I want in. And he was like, okay, maybe we should talk a little bit more. Like, what do you do? What's going on?
It's about how the conversation went.
And so we talked, and he was like, oh, okay. Oh, yes, I can help you. I said, well, good, because I want in. And then that is how we met.
I know. And the rest, as we like to say, is history.
Is history.
What were you charging? What was your practice like before we met?
So yeah, this was about 16 months ago, and I've been out in private practice, not taking commercial insurance, and doing regenerative medicine at a pretty steady pace. I was charging about, I think it was $1,500 at that time, and now I'm not.
Well, and you had training, and when you came in, you went into one of the licensing deals.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Great organization, right? But did you get any business training?
No, I got zero business training, and I was actually paying for things that didn't benefit me. So yeah, it was definitely no business training. There was some SOPs and some things, but I didn't get any idea of like how to actually do this.
Yeah.
Or what to charge, or how to advertise, or how not to advertise.
And how do you get the bulk of your patients to this day?
Word of mouth, all of them.
Yeah. And again, small town, 6,000 people, Sonora, California.
Yeah. Oh, and Google. Okay. And they Google and they see my reviews, and they're like, well, you had the most stars, so I came to see you. Oh, from San Francisco. Okay, great. Welcome. How can I help you?
What are you charging now?
So that's $3,500 for PRP and $6,500 for cellular. Look, I'm looking at the back because I'm trying to decide if that's the right number.
It's not.
Because I keep raising my prices.
Okay, good. You're not discounting.
No. So we keep raising our prices, and I keep forgetting what I raised them to. So I have to write them down and like date.
Are you offering a discount for a second joint at all?
So I used to. I'm recovering on that. So I used to do half off, and I don't now. I gave a small, tiny little bump down, So if it's $3,500, then I'm doing $2,500 for that next joint.
And Donnie, are you offering a discount on the second joint? 10%. Yeah. I mean, look, you want to do 10%, do 10%. I'll give you grace to do that. Okay. But yeah, I mean, that makes sense. You know, it makes them feel a little bit better. And they don't say anything. They're like, okay, right? What do they say when you tell them second joint's this?
Great.
Yeah.
So can we sign up? So when can I schedule? Yeah, no problem. I'll make your reservation.
And are you on call anymore?
Oh, no. I stopped taking trauma call 1 year and 3 months ago.
Yeah. How many people would like to give up call? Okay.
Yeah.
You can do it in 90 days, by the way. All right? Done. No more.
Dunzy. Yep. Best ever.
What was the resistance for you to do it? Was it hard for you to give it up?
Yeah, because I thought I was going to get crappy comments from my colleagues about how I wasn't a real orthopedic surgeon and I wasn't doing my part and I wasn't pulling my weight. But turns out that that didn't happen. And turns out I was taking call for 3 years longer than I should have.
Wow. Okay.
Just torturing myself for 3 extra years. It's great.
And they're probably starting to ask you, like, hey, how did you do that? Shit, how can I do that?
Yes. Two of them asked me for a job. And I said, no, thank you. I already hired you once, and then I left you, so I'm not hiring you again. No.
Yeah. Roddy, let's go to you. You are kind of newest in this. How long ago? I mean, I know you've been doing, for those of you that don't know, Roddy actually he's famous on the internet. Roddy was on Joe Rogan, and Roddy is probably more humble than Don Buford. And we were doing a consult day, and Roddy mentioned it like pretty much at the end. He goes, "Oh yeah, so I was on this thing. Maybe you've heard of it, Joe Rogan." I'm like, "What?" Okay. So I mentioned that because this is a really common thing. Like, you just don't think what you do is a big deal, right? That you're really all that skilled. But so you've been doing it since 2015. But what finding?
Well, yeah, we were doing PRP before that.
Right.
And now I'll embarrassingly share that initially, like, if you go back to like 13 or 14, and we were using a centrifuge and had a preparation process that was probably producing 1.2 times baseline platelets.
Probably using the same thing back then.
Yeah, I was using the same thing back then too.
And I was charging $300 for that.
Yep. I was charging about that at that time frame as well.
Then I thought we had improved our process, and I went to like 5, and then it was like 9, but
900.
Still was I don't even think this is like, I feel like this is true confessions. I don't think I had any idea what I was even doing until about 6 months ago.
Okay.
After July, when I went to Don's course.
Yep. That's where we met, right?
That's where I met
Yep.
you. So now another part of that, and because of some of that good fortune and media exposure, we had a lot of patients seeking care and inquiring about biologics. And so that forced me to want to learn more. And one of the mistakes, the huge mistake that I made along that path, among many things, was after the first year where we were generating a lot of revenue from it, and then more people started to enter the market, I thought that meant I had to be competitive, and lowered my price and just basically lost a ton of money because...
I'm so glad you told him and not me. I know.
I
was going to have to tell him.
These are, like you've explained, these are long-held beliefs that we all have, that we're supposed to serve everyone, and we're supposed to provide and do all of these things, and you have this level of disquiet about asking for an appropriate amount for your services and the care that you're providing. And it's a hard thing. I'm still
You're still
trying
struggling.
to get there.
But what are you charging now? 27?
Well, I'm embarrassed to say that I'm charging more than Don. Like,
That's Don's problem. It's not yours.
good point, right? Like
Look, I've been pounding the guy for 2
said
years.
that
I
to
can't get him past 1900.
I said that to somebody else earlier, but now I'm still talking myself through.
How do you think Ariana feels about herself? She's charging more than you. So,
I feel amazing.
She feels appropriate.
I'm like, come on, Don, get on board.
Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna. Shame can be very powerful, can it? Yeah. Okay. All right. So you're again orthopedic surgeon. Have your own practice.
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm an orthopedic surgeon in Las Vegas. I did a sports medicine fellowship in Birmingham, Alabama, with Larry Lemack, and that's been our primary focus. And then, but along the way, started learning and incorporating biologics as a part of the practice. Have seen the tremendous benefit, and that's why more and more we're very comfortable talking about this and offering it, sharing it, and not shy about the price, because we really have seen the value and the outcomes, and we have seen the reward of the happy people coming back to us.
Yeah, because you, like you said, you just made an upgrade to your system like 6 months ago, right?
Yeah.
And you told me like after a month, your outcomes. Jake, did you see that the outcomes have just been?
Totally. We were getting really inconsistent results before, and then when we switched over, it's like all of my patients have reported benefit.
But
and
thinking
faster.
that I was doing great,
Yeah.
thinking that I was providing this highest level evidence-based thing, and then you continue to learn more and more papers and research coming out that demonstrating how we can achieve outstanding outcomes, and then applying that, but then really just seeing that in practice. It's been wild.
Yeah.
The difference.
Yeah. You still struggle with the price? You still struggle with?
Yeah.
In what way?
It's some kind of like Catholic guilt thing. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Well, that Catholic guilt is.
It's hard to.
It comes
you don't
with
just
about a
rub that
4'11"
off.
nun too, by the way. It can swing that crucifix. So.
Yeah.
You're doing BMAC. What do you charge on BMAC?
We are at $59.50.
Okay, it's not bad. Yeah. Jesus. All right, so Jake, let's get you work with Dr. McGee, right?
Yes, I do.
What have you seen in this transition? What have you seen going on? How long have you been there, and what have you seen?
Hey, I'm Matthew Galogli, and I'm a maverick. Well, what is a maverick? A maverick goes against the grain. We find our own way. And if you're sick and tired of being pushed around by the insurance companies, come join us. We'll show you the way out. And you'll love medicine again.
So I've been there for about a year and a half. Dr. McGee hired me right out of PA school, so very new to practice. I wasn't doing much PRP on my own in the first year. Roddy started going to these sessions with you guys. He was like, hey dude, I'm going to these meetings, you see the patients. I was like, okay, cool. So he goes every Monday, Wednesday and talks with you guys. And then he was like, hey, do you want to start doing PRP on your own patients? And I was like, sure, I guess. Cool, let's try it. And I mean, just in the last couple months of me doing it, I think it's changed my practice, especially as a PA, right? So a lot of non-operative treatment of patients, offering things like before having to talk to the surgeon, right? And I've had the most, like, I was talking to Roddy about it, like, over dinner the other night, that, like, that dopamine hit that you get from making a patient feel better, making you feel like you're doing a good job. And as such a new provider, I'm just, like, looking for that a lot. And I haven't been jaded yet by all the medicine. As you always like to say, like, Jake's still excited about medicine. So, and I am. And with PRP and just, like, being able to help the patients, that's been a great experience. And then if there was one thing I hated about my job, because I do love my job, please keep me on, was call. I hated being on call. As a PA, you're the one rounding most of the time. You know, I do go to the cases with Roddy, and I just would get calls in the middle of the night, and all, like, 7 days a week, just going to 4 or 5 different hospitals in Vegas. And the day, like, Roddy was like, hey.
Just think about the number of phone calls that come with one consult.
Yeah.
You have the ER calls you, the hospitalist calls you, you have to call the sales rep, you have to call anesthesia, you have to call the OR, and every single one of those people is trying to interrupt your life and throw roadblocks at you just taking care of that person and somehow fitting that into your schedule in the evening or on the weekend outside of your full-time private practice. Like, people that are orthopedic surgeons, you know what call is, but there's some additional layers in Las Vegas. Like, there is an in-house anesthesia, so we had to call them. They don't have the supplies on hand for us to do the case. So you have to contact the sales rep, explain to them the case, and then account for the SPD time, and the hospital will tell you, we need 8 hours to process that tray. So I know you'd like to do that case at 3 because you're done with clinic and you're going to try to eat dinner with your kids, but middle finger, you're coming at 9 p.m. Oh, and then anesthesia says, yeah, we don't work past 7. That's not, unless you declare it an emergency and the patient's going to die, then we are not available. So there's all these different things.
So you're kind of upset about the whole call thing?
I'm trying to contain it. I'm holding back.
I'm kind of shaking right now talking about it. It's kind of crazy.
I can feel the anger. Like, I'm upset.
You're red.
I have PTSD over it. Yeah. But what I demonstrated to Jake in this, pursuit of a better life was, take a look at what you earned for the 11 days of call that you had to take in the last month. And now let me just show you that what you got paid to do 2 PRP injections was greater than that.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you didn't even
you slept
interrupt
through
your
the night.
normal schedule.
Yeah.
Nobody
Slept
called
through the
you
night.
after 5 p.m.
Got to see my fiance finally.
Yep.
So, but yeah, it's been great. No more call, more money. I don't know, better patient outcomes. It's all good things.
For a year and a half, I was on call 20 to 30 days of the month. to
I
get
was
the
right there with
practice
him.
going.
How do your marriages
That's over.
survive? Don't answer that.
That's
Donnie.
over.
They don't. They don't. I wasn't directing that question to you. All right, so I'll just ask this to the group. What do you see in the future? What do you see happening for yourselves in your practice and your personal life? Anybody can dive right in as to what you kind of see being able to happen for you with having this knowledge. Roddy, you got a microphone. What do you think is going to be happening? How do you see your personal life and your practice transforming?
Because of the way we're trained and the things that we've been taught and the mentors that we had and the way their practices were run, the only life that I was imagining was more and more and more, higher volume, and then trying to create efficiencies to do more of that work. And knowing, though, that there's an upper limit of what one person can actually do, and you can't scale yourself, right?
Yeah.
So this has been very eye-opening to me that, it's really incredible to see, and it's hard to comprehend. It's even, I still have to continue to talk myself into this, that you can subtract things that are less desirable, and that creates opportunity for growth. And it's a growth, as he has already experienced, that is a much more enjoyable life. It's much more rewarding. We feel like we're doing a better job with the people that we're taking care of, and we're seeing those outcomes happen. So I'm imagining down the line, less time, more revenue, more time for things that I'd prefer to do.
Like coach your kids' Little League baseball team or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Fun stuff like that. Don, Ariana, what?
Oh, I'll go. So what I can imagine for the future is that I will be able to continue to use Medicare as a lead gen only, and open up our second location. Maybe in Hawaii. I know that's what you're voting for over there. And continue to have enough time in my schedule to be able to inspire other doctors, because that in reality is what fills my cup, is saving doctors.
Yeah.
So yes, that's my goal. That's my desire, is to be able to have time to do that. And oh, by the way, give great results to my patients, because you're right. When they come back and you're like, so how you doing? And they're like, I'm doing so amazing. You're like, yes, yes, right? It's amazing. It is amazing every single time. I still feel like it's magic, and I've been doing this for years, but it's like, yes, I love the magic.
Cool. Donnie?
So that first dopamine hit for me is when they give me what they want, like what they're not able to do, and I know that we can meet that with what we have. That's the first hit. But I'm 57, so I'm at a slightly different stage. I'm looking for a way to continue to help people, but I'm looking for a way to do it where I don't have to be there all the time. And so we opened up another facility September last year, and we're slowly expanding. And we're getting away from having to see Donnie to having to see a system that's been proven, where there are other people that we can plug in that are thoughtful and ethical and good clinicians and good technicians, but it doesn't have to be me in Dallas. And so that's where I'm at.
Or Charlotte.
Or Charlotte. I'm there. It's just a plane ride. But so that's where I'm at. And getting off social media. Just kidding.
You're not getting
You're not going to get off social media.
Why does no one
There'd be a
believe that?
revolution. Last question here, and then we'll finish up. And anybody can go whenever they want. In a moment, we're going to offer everybody an opportunity to join our program. What would you tell them? If they were asking you, what would you tell them with regards to our program and what they can experience and what life will be like after? So
it's very foreign to most of you in the room to be looking for a business consultant. At least it was for me. And the last I heard about business was coming out of college, really. You don't really get that in residency or in fellowship. And so, if all you do is live your life in a big group and just take insurance, you really don't have to worry about it. Your path is kind of laid out there for you. Take it or leave it. You're going to operate when people tell you to operate. You're going to take care of people when people tell you to take care of people. If you want to have the reins given back to you, take the reins back, then you probably want to have a couple mentors, and there's not anyone better than Matthew. That's why I started working with him and continue to work with him. And there's several of us. We've all come across each other in various paths on this journey, and I think you're in the right spot. You have a leg up already on other people because you're here. And as you see, these things that we're being taught yesterday and today are not necessarily intuitive. Okay. In fact, a lot of them are counterintuitive, and that's fine. That's why you're going to be, a leg up on the person down the street or across town.
Thanks, Tom.
The first thing that I'll say is the thought in my head of having not made that decision to join and work with you makes me know what the feeling of clinical depression would be. Like, I'm not kidding. The thought of, like, if I erased that and I was just continuing to slog on the way that I was going, that is too sad to even think about, honestly. Now, in seriousness, but as a new solo practice physician, I was starting to learn about and try to implement systems. And what I knew was that I don't have a good system for how I'm handling orthobiologics. And then when we met, and it was very apparent, like, okay, they have a system, they have a way to do things. I need to stop trying to figure it out on my own. I'm not making the time, and I don't have the bandwidth to do it. Talk to somebody smart and just follow along and learn what they have to say. And it's been an incredible experience. So
yeah, you've really plugged in the community too, right? Like we all have these like little chats going on, right? We get together at the conferences. It's a lot of fun. So yeah, I'm really glad you're.
So not only from a business mentorship standpoint, but from the camaraderie of the group and friendships that have formed already. I mean, the first meeting that I went to, people are hugging each other. They're sharing everything. They're so glad. They were very welcoming to a new person, and just to have the ability to just it's kind of the cheat code, right? It's like, okay, I can go pull 25 papers on this, and I can go look and do all this research, or I can just text her and say, hey, what do you do for this? And she's like, I do this. And I'm like, okay, it's over with.
Yeah.
So that having those relationships and stuff are very meaningful, and I've appreciated that aspect of it too.
Cool. Ariana?
So I think, you hit on one thing that's really great is that community. It's so, so important. It gives you that lifeline, and what I have been able to provide for you, my mentor provided for me, is that ring, ring, hey, what do you do about this? Next day, hey, have you ever seen this before? Roddy's calling me. He's like, hey, how do you make those handouts? I'm like, hey, dude, it's called Chat GPT. Let me run you through it, like in real time. I just saved you like 1,000 hours. But yeah, this is this is so invaluable from the money perspective, from the business perspective. This is a 3x, 4x, 10x. I mean, Roddy's going to make $2 million cash next year by the end of the year. That seems good.
Yeah.
That's an elevation from $900.
That's more than previous, correct?
Yes.
That's more than previous.
And so over the 16 months, my cash revenue is at least 3x. Where I'm par to be 4x, 5x cash revenue.
Yeah. Jake, from your perspective, seeing the transformation that's gone on in the practice, what would you tell people?
It's crazy. Just from what we were doing just in 2023 to what we started ramping up over the last 6 months, and for me over the last 2 months, it's changed my life because, one, no more call, so I have more time to spend with my fiance, plan our wedding. I'm not worried about the expensive wedding that she wants. She wants to do the Crazy Rich Asians thing where she walks on water. Like, she really actually wants that. And I'm like, I'm Asian, but I'm not crazy rich.
Okay,
Now-
so logic would tell you that shouldn't happen.
Yes,
I don't care how good the
that's-
sex is. The emotion should not override that.
I don't know, man.
Okay.
I'm 29. I'm good. So,
Whoa, that's a lot.
yeah.
Talk to Don at the break. Yeah.
I don't. But no, it's been great. I think financially, I've seen the benefits. Time-wise, I've seen the benefits. And I just think also, I was telling some of you fine doctors out there that I met, the energy in the office, everyone's so happy and positive. It took a lot of the stress out of that was there, of trying to make things work. And like, you know, my MA would come in and be like, Jake, you look exhausted. What happened? And I'm like, we're in the hospital operating till like 11 p.m. And I had a round this morning at 6, and now I'm in clinic. That story stopped after I started doing PRP and after Roddy started meeting with you guys, and I will start meeting with you guys now too. Because I just got added to the group, and I'm very happy about that. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great.
Thank you guys.
Final thought.
So you'll get a number. I mean, Matt's not free. He's probably underpriced, no question about it. I don't know if he would agree. I think all of us on the stage,
My staff tells me that every day.
all of us on the stage would agree with that. You have to understand, depending on where you're at, you will be helped with Mavrix no matter what. Those of you that are where I was, it'll be hard to measure how much you're helped. I think Roddy would say the same thing when you hear the whole story about what goes into life before having this kind of revelation. I think if you do the math, 1 month under Mavrix tutelage will cover probably a year, especially if you put a value on your time. And so, and if Matt and Atiba and Ariana were giving me money to say this, I would tell you that they were doing that, and I would still say the same thing. As it turns out, that we're just all friends, and we go to each other's meetings. So it is what it is. It's just the truth, which is why I don't hesitate to say it. But if you're, I can't imagine being on the fence after spending 2 days here, especially hearing from other people that you know, like, and trust. But just look at that math, and really, there's not many no-brainers in business. I think this is one of them if you're interested in biologics.
Great. Thanks, Donnie. Appreciate it. Thank you all for coming up. Give them a big round of applause. Thanks, everybody. Okay. So in a minute, we're going to go to lunch. But before we do that, let's talk about working together, okay? So the question is do you want those same kind of results of what we've been sharing with you over these last day and a half? And the question I always ask people, because this is the great thing about working with doctors, is that when you've wanted to master a new skill in the past, what have you done? Well, you invested. You invested in college. You invested in med school. You helped somebody get your help with the MCATs, right? You joined a fellowship. You've been doing this your whole life, except for now you're actually going to get a return on your investment, unlike that crazy-ass debt from med school, right? So what do? You work with a mentor. You hire a coach. And that's what we're going to be talking about here before we break for lunch. The reason why you have a coach, and I still have coaches to this day. You heard me talk about the fact I'm in a mastermind group with Shay and with Atiba and with Catherine. And the reason why is I know that I need help. I know that someone else has the answer. They've already figured it out. I don't have to figure out the answer. I have lived this way for 25 years of my life. Everybody goes like, well, how do we do that? My answer always is, well, somebody's already figured it out. Let's find the person that's figured it out and hire them. Because they're going to shorten our time frame. They're going to compress what we know and what we have to do. And when you work with a mentor, when you work with a coach, it creates accountability. Our clients will tell you, whether they're in group, even the people, or all the folks that are in our group program, we'll talk about how many times we meet, but it becomes this community and it creates this sense of accountability, right? You create a sense of community. This is one of the things that I love the most. This is really what we're after the most. We want to create this sense of community, this band of brothers and sisters, this band of Mavrix, this merry band of Mavrix, if you will, going across the US and Canada and soon Europe and Australia and all these places that are transforming a community, and that if you need an answer on how to do the PRP or the question on the technical side of the medicine, just text directly to the people in the group. Questions about how to start up, how to do your own kits, all of those things, everything's available. We even have it from hormone replacement therapy. And we have one of our clients is Dr. Frank Schallenberger, who's one of the creators of the ozone therapy industry. You have direct access to him to get questions answered. And it's immersion.
Hey, I'm Matthew Galogli, and I'm a maverick. Well, what is a maverick? A maverick goes against the grain. We find our own way. And if you're sick and tired of being pushed around by the insurance companies, come join us. We'll show you the way out. And you'll love medicine again.
So you're going to dive deep into this. Isn't that what med school and residency is? It's like immersion on steroids. And you get repetition. That's what is important in order for you to be successful, to learn this new skill. And so I'm going to make an offer right now for you to join us in what's called Business Mastery Fellowship. What I realized when I created this is that I've realized not only do you not get any business training whatsoever, they actually hide it from you. They tell you the lie that you shouldn't learn these things. And so we've designed this. It is a year-long fellowship, and it's designed specifically to mimic that with a little bit more kindness and heart than what you went through in your other fellowships, okay? So here's what it looks like. Remember those 5 stages of business that we discussed? We're going to take you through these 5 stages. You can choose to start wherever you are. You can pick your own journey on this, okay? The one thing that we tell you is start with the first layer, and that's what we call the stairway system. We'll talk about that here in just a minute. But this is it. We have 5 different modules. We're finishing up our program on autopilot growth, where we actually show you how to create demand, systems, and support. We have a version of that done already. We're going to update that again with Catherine, since she's a better operator than I am. In the summer, we're going to show you how to double your take-home pay, how to guarantee that your practice will be profitable and you can double your take-home pay. And then at the end of this year, we'll do a live training of showing you how to scale, how to acquire, or how to quote-unquote sell your property, your facility if you wanted to. Again, I know most of you don't want to sell, and if you have something that's making $3.5–4 million a year and dropping $800,000 to the bottom line after it pays you $300,000–400,000 a year, why in the world would you sell it? Why not just go acquire and do the same? Because there's plenty of doctors in your market that don't know what they're doing, and you can acquire the practice for pennies on the dollar, okay? So you start with our fundamental training. It's the stairway system. It's what we were just sharing over the last day and a half in more detail, and we go into greater detail in things like monthly recurring revenue and how to create uber high-end programs of $50,000, $100,000. How many of those do you need to sell in a year to actually make life okay? Sell a $100,000 program. But Matt, what would be in it? Don't worry about it. We'll show you, okay? Okay, because we've done it. And by the way, everything that we do is field tested. None of it is theory. I don't believe in theory. I believe in proof that things work. So if we share something with you, it's either been tested in one of our clinics, or we've tested it in one of our partner clinics or one of our steel mill clinics where we work with them very, very closely. We'll have new ideas and be like, hey, let's try this. Let's see what it is. Let's report back to the group, okay? So no matter where you are, we suggest that you start with that. It's where you learn the language. It's where you learn the cadence. We talk about how many people have what's known as KPIs, key performance indicators that you track every single week and you know exactly how your business is operating, okay? If you don't have those, that's like trying to treat a patient without a blood panel and vitals. I can look at your financials of any business in here and I can tell you exactly how you're doing. It's very, very simple, okay? So we show you how to do all of that. There are 12 full modules. We go through the beachhead in detail. We go through extensive detail about creating excitement and pre-education. Atiba is one of our faculty members. He's a business partner of mine. He's on a lot of the calls. He does a lot of the training. We talk to you about how to set up your offer, your pricing. We actually show you, and this is a great recommendation that I got from Ariana a couple of days ago, we're creating what's called a lookbook of signature solutions and names of signature solutions. So you don't have to worry about creating them. We'll have some pre-done for you. You can pick them, or you can plug and play. We'll have names that you can use, right? So that way you don't have to do all of that. You can go into that and boom, here you go. Here's a couple of different protocols that you can use, okay? Scripts for your team, your front desk, your check-in, the big money script. We have a more intensive version of the big money script. We have version 1.0 and 2.0 if you want to be more detailed. We have all of that. In fact, this system is designed for your staff to join and be a part of. We want your staff in the trainings. You want to know why? You're the doctor. You don't have time to disseminate this. And what do they do when they hear from you? When a noob comes to them with a new idea, they go, hey, let's just wait a week. And then he'll forget about that one, and he'll come up with another idea, and we'll wait a week after that. And that way we don't have to do anything. Is that about right, Anoop? Did I have that right? Every day. Okay. Right? Well, we want to solve that problem. So we want your staff, we're going to give them access to this membership site. They have access to all the training. So when you say, hey, how do we do the script? You just have them go onto the online portal and they learn how to do the script. And we provide scripts for you. We have them for regenerative. We have them for anti-aging. We have them for erectile dysfunction. We have them for medically guided weight loss, menopause. And if we don't have the script, all you do is you contact your client success manager, Misty, and we'll create it for you. You have email templates, tracking for metrics. We show you how to do that. Education for your staff, how to market your facility if you have 0 patients on a list. We have an entire module that we just did on that. Gathering testimonials safely and legally. We just did an entire updated session on the legalities of testimonials and how to gather them legally and how to use them, utilize them legally. For those of you that were on that, that was a, Roddy, were you on that call? I don't think you were. You were on the call, right, Ryan? It was really good. I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm like, wow, that turned out actually pretty good, right? Yes, it did smooth out. We actually believe in 90-day plans, so we'll help you develop your 90-day plan, how to set up monthly recurring revenue, plus much, much more. That's everything that's included in those modules, those 12 modules of the stairway system, and then we have 4 more units after that, okay? So the value of that is $6,500. This is the best part of the whole damn thing I'm going to tell you right now. I put the dates down because you need to write the dates down and you need to book your flights. This is the absolute best thing of BMF, and that is our quarterly masterminds. This is for founders and your operators. This is not for your staff. This is where you get to come into a room and have founder conversations with fellow founders. And so we do them in Charlotte and Scottsdale. We rotate them back and forth. I know we're in Scottsdale in July. We're going to put Crisco on our body and go stand out in the sun at 12 o'clock and just see what happens, okay? So our next one is April 27th to 28th in Charlotte, North Carolina. For those of you that sign up tonight or today, you will have that opportunity. I want you there, okay? It's about half the size of this room. We get a lot of the folks that come, and it's your opportunity. Bob Bayless has been there, right? You were there in Scottsdale. You didn't know what you were getting into, but it was pretty good, right? It was good. It was great. Yeah. Ryan was there. Colin was there. Roddy's been to one of our masterminds. And this is, to me, this is the best thing. You have to get away from your business. You have to make time to get away from your business and connect with other people that are fighting the same battle as you are. Okay, so we rotate them back and forth between Charlotte and Scottsdale. They're 2 days, and they're very immersive, and they're a lot of fun, okay? Value for that is $10,000. That's a picture of a group that we did up in Skinny Atlas, New York at Dr. P's place. You all get assigned a client success manager. If you need a training to a link, questions on how to do something, you connect with your CSM. How it works, Misty right now is our lone CSM. We are getting ready to bring more on board, okay? That's a picture of Misty and Heather. Heather's my assistant. She is not a CSM, although she does jump in every once in a while. But how it works is as soon as you sign up, you book an onboarding call with Misty. She takes you through the entire program, shows you where everything is, makes sure that you have access for your team, and she lays out and helps you build a plan for success. We'll talk about the email campaign that she's going to run for you. This is valued at $36,000. And besides, Misty and Heather, they're just a lot of fun. Okay? Then to close the gap, help you close the gap, minimum 2 times a week, we meet as a group on Zoom. In addition to that, Dr. DeMers does training weekly on PRP Now. So if you're not fully up to speed and feel like you need more training on PRP and regenerative therapies, We have training for that as well. That is weekly as well. If you can't make it, they're recorded. We have about half of our folks that can't make it because they're still in clinic. There was a group that sat right here last time. They're in Santa Clara, correct? Massey Reynolds. Hadn't seen them on any of the phone calls. I ran them to IOF. They're doing an additional $200,000 a month since signing up in the program, and all they do is jump on and listen to the recordings. That's all they do, because they can't make it live because they're still kind of busy working their way through things, okay? And they both have young kids, so they're incredibly busy. So we have Ask Me Anything calls a couple times a month. You can literally ask me anything, okay? We have set trainings that we go through. We bring in guest speakers. Sometimes Catherine teaches on how to hire or how to fire or how to build teams, how to build systems. Atiba is on. I'll bring in my friends who are experts in other areas. So you're going to get lots of coverage on that. Value is $15,000. You also get Dr. Ariana DeMers' program, PRP Now. I believe it's going to become the absolute best program in the industry for learning at home about the whole process of PRP. What you saw today this weekend was a microcosm of what is involved. Our clients rave about it. And look, let's face facts. The world of PRP, adipose, BMAC is very quickly evolving and changing. And I can think of very few people other than Dr. DeMers who would be so qualified to share that information. And she does that every single Monday, and it's a blast, okay? So you will also have her entire program, which will take you through the clinical foundations of orthobiologics, a quick start guide to musculoskeletal ultrasound. So for those of you that are still trying to figure that whole thing out, micropractice infrastructure, clinical setup logistics, how to choose the right patient, how to talk to your patients about cost. You know, one of the reasons why we have a couple of different voices about how to do all of this is that some of you are going to resonate with the way Ariana talks about it versus the way I do. And at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is your breakthrough. It's not about me, it's about you. It's about you finally getting paid what you're worth and living the dreams that you've always wanted to have and get great outcomes, okay? Mavericks we don't care who gets the credit, because when we don't care who gets the credit, there's no limit to what we can accomplish, okay? We putting it all together in clinical implementation. There's a couple of bonuses that come with this as well. Ultrasound Atlas, a quick start ultrasound atlas, step-by-step clinic setup checklist. So for those of you that are starting, critical to have. Swipe file of patient handouts and consents. A number of you have asked about consents, patient consents. Where do we get those? You get it in BMF through PRP Now, okay? Cliff Note style compendium of PRP research. And you're always updating that, right, Ariana? Constantly updating. Yep. I don't know how the woman sleeps. I'm pretty convinced she doesn't. She doesn't, okay? So there's 25 quick referenced landmark research articles for patient education and treatment decisions. Have questions? You have access to it. And a candidacy guide worksheet. Values $2,900 on that. So here's everything that's involved so far. The value of this is $80,500. And our average client will add $50,000 plus in the next 60 days. We talked about this. So we talked about create demand. That's included. That's value of $10,000. We have another program of systems and support that we have that's done. Next is going to be up double your take-home pay like we talked about. Each one of these are worth an additional $10,000 in value. So that adds in. So the total value of what we're looking at so far is $120,500 worth of value. Okay? So then the question becomes, why did we create it? Well, we created Business Mastery Fellowship because doctors get as much business training as I got medical training in business school, which is 0. And there's no way for you to be able to grow unless you have the business skill set. So like I said, your team is included at no additional charge. And if all our team did was finally get you treating your patients the way you wanted, without interference from some bureaucrat in a cubicle somewhere and worried more about their bonus than your patient outcome, we finally got you so that you could treat patients the way you see fit. Who knows better than how to treat a patient than you? Okay? And if all we did was help you make more money, college, mortgages, pay off those pesky student loans, and give you freedom, would it be worth it to you? So we had a couple of choices, right? Now, one of the things that is not, I'm going to cover that in just a second. I realized it in there. So I basically had two choices. I could keep this information to myself, or I could share this information and sell 100,000 practitioners worldwide. So we chose option 2. So would it be worth it to you? Would it be worth it for you to have one successful $50,000 month? Or $150,000 month? Or to love medicine again? Or to tell the insurance companies to bleep off? And if you're already doing $150,000 a month, I know we can take you to $250,000. And if you're already doing $5 million a year, I know we can take you to $8 million because I know you're leaving a ton of money on the table. How much would you pay to get it? So, if it's valued at $120,000, you can join for only $38,900. A couple different ways. There's some extra bonuses. How many people enjoyed Colin's work yesterday with the ultrasound? You know that Ryan and Colin have an entire training course on musculoskeletal ultrasound. You get their entire course is included as well as a bonus. Value of that is $2,900. How many people have had a hard time hiring staff? I am friends with one of the top people who is now retired. I got her to record this before she retired. She no longer takes on clients. Her name is Nancy Schlesinger. She's in England. Nice English lady. I won't do a fake bad English accent for you. But I got her to record this about how you hire people, and that's available to you as well. Value is $5,000. Plus, here's the best part. Remember that email marketing campaign that I showed you that made Dr. Petropoli $159,000? We will actually run it for you. Our client success manager, Misty, will coordinate this. She will actually show you how to get your list to us. We will actually set up an email system to email the list. We will clean it. We will set up what's called your sending domain so they get delivered. We will actually help. We will write the emails for you. We will put all the triggers in place when they respond so that you know who responded and send the response email back out. And we will help deliver to you a list of people that want that 5130 for you, that all you have to do is at that point have your staff pick up the phone and call them because they've responded twice. In fact, we'll provide the training for your staff and the script for your staff so they know what to do. My goal is to pay off Business Mastery Fellowship for the first year with that campaign and do it in 60 days. So here's how it works. You can do a one-time payment of $36,495, and ladies, if you want to go ahead and pass those out, you can do a one-time payment of $36,495, or I let you pay it weekly. You get access to everything immediately as soon as you sign up. You sign up today, you will be on a phone call with Misty next week. We will do a celebratory dinner tonight for those of you that join. And like I said, you can pay weekly of $748.08. All you do is just give us a credit card, fill out the form, give us a credit card, away you go, okay? We will have a team onboarding call for everybody that joins in this group. You will have a team onboarding call on Monday, April 1st at 6 p.m. Eastern. That's where we'll walk through the details of the program. You'll have your schedule. You'll have a schedule and a set of reminders. We'll walk you through the membership site so you know where to find everything so that you can access everything. Plus, you'll do all of that on the call. And we encourage you to have your staff involved. Some of our clinics will actually block their calendar and turn off the phones and have people on the call in the middle, on the West Coast. It's that important. Because if you keep doing the things that you're doing, you're going to keep getting the results that you've been getting. Okay? So we want to prune some of those things. So you will get 12 months of the best business training designed to scale your practice away from insurance for only $748.08 a week. Plus you have my guarantees. Here's my personal guarantee to you. Attend the classes, go through the programs, implement our systems, and if you don't make at least double your investment in 12 months, we will work with you for free until you do. When was the last time somebody made a guarantee like that to you? One of the things you're going to learn is you got to make an offer that is so brain dead simple that people have no choice but to sign up. I can't make it any more simple than that. Did they make that guarantee with you in med school? Go to our med school. Invest $350,000. Deprive yourself of sleep. Okay? And if you don't come out making if you don't earn back your $350,000 investment in at least 5 years, we'll waive your tuition. No, they didn't do that. You want to know why? Because they just want to make you part of the system and churn it out. I don't want you out in the system. I want you to create your own system that creates freedom. That's why we put it in writing. So you have two choices. Do nothing. I get it. Go back to the office, take what you learned here, keep trying to make insurance work, or quit medicine. Or the other option, sign up for Business Mastery Fellowship, rediscover your joy in medicine. Love it again. Love treating patients again and take control of your financial future. Like I said, tonight we'll have a private dinner for those of you that are still in town. We'll finish up about 4:30, 5 o'clock actually, because we hear some of you are leaving a little early. We'll do some Q&A and stuff. We have some more training modules this afternoon, and we'll do a celebratory dinner. Yes, Don?
Anybody that wants to come to our July course in Vegas, it's a half day of orthobiologics and 2 days of MSK ultrasound training. We will give $1,000 off on that too.
Thank you, Don.
Not that this offer wasn't.
I didn't know. Thank you very much for that. That's awesome.
Yeah. So Matt didn't know I was going to say that. That's something we're just doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Donnie. Thank you so much. I mean, that's the best training that you can get. Thanks, Don. What if you don't have any equipment to get started? Don't worry about it. We'll show you how to get it. What if you want to learn more? Right? All of this. Here's the thing I want you to learn. Our average client, then I'll leave you with this, adds $50,000 in new revenue in 90 days, has their first six-figure month in 6 months, and is doing $150,000 a month in 12 months. That's our average client. So the choice is yours.